Keep coming back to you. Keep coming back to you.
Hello, Internet World! And goddamn, it feels so good to say that again. This is, it ain't TV Nerds, as you can tell, but it's a little something we like to call Nerd Talk.
Yeah.
Nerds Talk.
Bunch of nerds.
Just kicking it, you know.
Any nerd just can come on the show too.
Don't matter what kind of nerd you is.
Make sure you bring your calculator though. That's important.
T89.
Man, they got T89s, they got T90s, they got all that.
Bro, did I tell you about
What?
a new merch idea?
What is that?
A new merch idea involves a calculator. That shit ain't math.
Calculator?
It's
wait until you see the merch. When you see the merch. Okay,
so
nerds got it.
Some of y'all probably know, some of y'all who still following us, you know, it's been a while since we've all came together, you know. Some people aren't with us right now. I mean, they ain't dead or nothing like that, but
it's still a tough time.
Yeah,
keep it 100.
Sure.
It's still a tough time, right?
Yeah, it's still a tough time for some of these people. It's still, you know, I mean, pandemics really did a whole thing.
Crazy.
But
Mario.
It's dividing all of us now.
We still trying to keep this whole thing going, you know.
Goddamn Mario.
You know, right now it's just like it's feeling like we in a whole different universe, a whole different verse. Like this ain't the same TV Nerds that you used to. This a different nerd verse right here.
Post COVID.
The nerdverse. I said that's what.
Nerdverse.
Yeah, nerdverse.
Nerdverse. Different nerdverse right here.
Nerdverse. That's gonna roll off the tongue.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, we gonna get to that in a second, but I mean. As you can see, we have a guest here, Daniel Ortiz.
How's it going?
Our last season, he was with us, you know, chopping up. So
yeah, split image. Are you still doing split image?
I'm still the split image.
Still split image. Still split image. So yeah, not much has changed.
No. The content's better. The content's amazing.
Content grows.
The content's still it's amazing.
Yeah, what new things you've been doing?
Yeah.
So recently I just did a music video for a buddy of mine. I'm trying to working with more businesses. So I've got to work with a restaurant in downtown Fort Myers that is helping me grow. There's a restaurant even in Cape Coral that's apparently doing like a TV show they want to get back into. So they might be having me film all of that, which is very different. So I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent, man. New
great.
2022, booming.
It's kicking it off.
I mean, as you can see, you see what it's doing with us right now. So, Gabe, you know, any updates for the people?
How's it been?
It's been pretty good. I mean, in terms of updates, I'm not doing more out and about stuff.
How's the Twitch streaming? We
had to lay off it because we had housing issues, but now the housing's back. The issues were resolved, and we back streaming.
Good.
Yeah.
We was running.
We were running zombies the other night. Yeah.
Met a dude playing. He had a couple of followers on Twitter.
Okay.
So we've been linking up with other people.
I need to get back on there, man. I haven't done that in a while.
I
just gotta practice my PC gaming. That's the hard part.
That's what it is.
I'm so used to the Xbox and PlayStation.
Why don't you do the controller? Like you can set the PC and do the controller.
Yeah, you can.
It's a weird lag when you use it because my sister had me download. It was like PlayStation Play.
Oh.
So like when you're using the controllers, like you have to either plug it into your computer or you gotta plug it into the PlayStation itself.
There's an emulator program that uses it's a third party program that uses control like wireless controller software. Really? So as long as you have Bluetooth in your computer or whatever, it should be able to connect. But then there's also like hardwired ones because I use the Xbox One controller. Okay. And because it's already Microsoft, it connects. But some games it doesn't. So I use the program to get into the game.
Yeah, I definitely want to try to get back into it. It's
Yeah.
fun. Everyone's doing
See,
it now.
see all this extra stuff you gotta do when you got a PC.
Bruh.
Bro.
You say that, but I still keep all my games.
I'm just
man.
saying. I'm a Sony person. That's just all it is.
Hey, how
That's
many
all
free
it is.
games you got? How many free games you got? For
We
Christmas?
get free games
How many
every.
free games you got for
We get
Christmas?
free games every
How
month.
many
God
you
damn
got
it.
for
Okay.
Christmas, though? How
We
many you
get
got
free.
for Christmas?
We get free games every month.
But
So
on
don't
Christmas
try me.
Day, how many free games you got?
We get discounted games on Christmas. Come
That's
on.
what I thought. I
Alright.
got
I'm all
all
about
three
love and
Tomb
balance,
Raiders
guys.
for the
I got
freezies,
both
son.
Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, but you ain't got
Gotta-
PC. I got
Always.
all three Tomb Raiders
Well-
for the free.
I got one game from PC. That's just Phasmophobia.
That's a solid game, though. That's a solid game. I've gotten into back into League of Legends after because of the anime.
Okay.
Have you seen the anime?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen the anime?
Is the League of Legends anime?
Yeah, it's called Arcane.
Oh.
Bro,
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I ain't gonna hold you. If you don't play the game League of Legends, it don't matter. The anime alone is solid. If you just keeping with like the lore of like let's say like a Lord of the Rings ish type of thing, but with future
Does the anime look anything like the game itself, or is it like a completely different like storyline?
So what they did was, so it's the same creators. So the creators for the game made the anime too, and so like the characters in the game they ported over into the. Characters in the anime they ported over into the game. If that makes sense. So like the costumes and skins in the show, you can now get them in the game.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So I was just saying, if of a recommendation of an anime and game mix, Arcane was solid.
So
Try it.
that
sounds
was
solid.
That's
Sounds
all.
solid.
That's been my time so far. Just gaming.
Yeah,
and,
What about you?
Hmm?
How you been?
It's just same old, man. I mean, it's just dealing with the pandemic. I mean, things are starting to lighten up a bit. For the next 3 weeks, I'm gonna be on a fast. So
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be really
cauliflower
hard
pizza
to do.
crust.
I mean, look here,
Eating punk.
look here, bitch. Okay, like
Hey, the man's
When
still
I got-
eating. He's still eating
Like,
either
come on.
way. I mean, it's not gonna be.
I'm just trying to detox my
tasteful,
body. I'm
but-
trying to make sure I live long enough here. I know we here for a good time, not a long
It's the
time,
struggle.
but with how I be wilding, I ain't trying to like.
I feel you.
I ain't like. Come
I
on.
feel you.
You wilding
Like,
that
yeah.
hard? That you
I mean,
gotta
not
eat
like that
healthy?
hard, but it's like yes, I drink. It's whatever. But I mean, just lately, it's like I'm just having cravings for like snack foods, like and just sweets and shit.
Oh,
I'm just
extra
like,
junk
Oh, I felt that.
and I'm just like, you know what? I think it's time for me just to detox. So I decided to do it a little bit longer because the last time I did it for 2 weeks, and
It's
I think the
hard.
last time I did it was much hard. It was more cold turkey than this one.
Mm.
Because last time it was just, okay, fruits and vegetables, first week, next week, straight water. Now I'm just easing more into it. So it's like, okay, it's giving my body more time to adjust. So now it's just first week, clean eating. Next week, straight raw fruits and vegetables. Next week, straight water. Then another week just to recover.
What's the recovery week? You want to eat?
Recovery week is just, it's me getting back into eating
okay.
like solid food. So it's like, I'm going into once my recovery week, I'm gonna be starting with like soups, like
Okay, light.
more lighter stuff, and then as the week goes by, I'm getting more into just normal shit.
Have you started
So-
feeling anything from your body? Like, does it
I mean,
start feeling weird.
I mean, of course, like I felt my muscles get more tense like this first week. Like I felt my muscles get more tense. I've also because I'm still as active as I can be, so I felt my muscles get more tense. I have been feeling like headaches before, like until I eat something, like until I have a salad or something, I still get like headaches or whatever. But that's like kind of normal for me, because I don't really eat that often. So
Hey, it's good to start now and get healthy before some crazy shit happens.
So,
like,
yeah.
I
like
want
the
to be
movie.
that person that been like drinking whiskey 1 a day and like 6 quarts of bacon grease. Yeah,
And
you
then
know,
live-
you know
and
those
then-
old people
and
that
then-
be like-
and then
One of
live
those
and then
people?
living up to 90 and just be like, yeah.
Man says
It's like
quarts.
me and this man gonna be 90. He's just gonna be like,
Bacon grease.
What was your secret? A
She's
shot
like-
of bacon grease and 2 shots of whiskey.
while this man's worried about himself, I'm like,
No fuss.
Yeah, but real quick before we get into our topics and everything, I do have one question I do have a nerdy question real quick. What's y'all because I was just thinking about this lately. What's y'all comfort anime? Because I know like, you know, it'd be difficult trying to get into new animes. It's like, what if it's just a one season thing or all this other stuff? Like, but what's y'all comfort anime? Like the one anime you could just always binge watch again and again and again.
Honestly, for me, it's just gonna be Naruto.
Really?
I mean, that's
Naruto?
That's
I
a
could watch
typical.
all of Naruto.
Wow.
I could start all over in the beginning again and just rewatch it.
I'm
all
not
if I
gonna lie,
wanted
you
to.
kind of wildin', but
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it keeps you busy
I'm
for
not.
a good while.
I'm not.
does.
Nah, if you would have said One Piece, I would have been like, let's
You
end the
wild
show.
too.
One Piece.
One
That
Piece
one's a good one too.
You can't rewatch. It's still going.
Oh my
I'm
god.
saying, like,
I mean, it's kinda the same
Once
wild.
you rewatch it, you can't.
It's kind of the
even
same
keep
thing
up
as
with
Dragon
people
Ball Z,
anymore.
but it's like I would rather binge watch all of Dragon Ball Z than One Piece.
I heard they're starting to finish Dragon Ball Z soon
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
with that new sun, the sun now that they just made. They just made up a son for Goku.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what?
As if he needs another kid to not take care of. Like, come on now.
Yo,
You just
he's
go-
an
you just-
all right father. He
gave-
died 4 fucking times.
He dropped his kid off the Piccolo and said, "Yo, handle this. I'm about to go fight this guy."
and squared up and died.
And and if you think about it,
Come
he
on.
did.
Yeah, and he died in the fight.
Come on.
He risked his. He did risk his life. He kind of like put that position for his kids and his wife to like no longer have a father now.
Yeah. And if I don't remember correctly,
It's like I'm about to go train.
Piccolo killed him the first time to take care of his son. So Piccolo
True
had
that.
Piccolo had to take care of the kid
Piccolo was the real
because
G.
he the reason he ain't got no dad.
Piccolo
Like,
was
yo,
the G.
yeah.
That's why he loved wearing his
You know what
gear
I'm
all the time.
saying?
He's like, "You my dad, for sure."
Well, you was my pops because you killed my dad and you took care of me in the end.
I don't even know how Goku managed to even have sex with Chi Chi.
Yeah, I don't. Yo,
The dude don't even know how to kiss her.
could you imagine going Super Saiyan mid nut? yo, you go Super Saiyan mid nut.
That's dude. Dude, that's like some Hancock shit. When he's like, "Yo, when I get to the mountaintop, get off." It's like-
That's ammunition right there. You
I'm
just
just like,
shooting
bro,
away.
you just it's like, did all that
That girl
go in
needs a
space?
sensu bean after
Let me
that.
ask you. Here's another question then. You think human birth control works against Saiyan semen?
Shit, I don't know.
Mm.
I mean, all their babies got to be incubated anyway, so
But
they're all in that incubator. So
if you thinking like because all them kids became
Well,
giant.
did they do that with? They didn't do that with the kids though, did
No.
they?
no,
Gohan.
they did no with Go.
Gohan, not
with
Goten, no, or Go.
But they're
Go-
half
or
Saiyan.
But
Goten.
they're half saying
it
those.
could
Like
be
the full
different.
saying, yeah, you gotta
That's
have
what I'm
the
saying.
incubator.
Full
so.
saying you have to be incubated, but half saying that's my question. Cause you fucking Chi-Chi's taking that damage. You know what I'm saying? Putting in that work.
That human, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She can fight, but she don't got so much to fight for.
You know what I mean? Like how you gotta sleep on beds that are made out of the earth type shit. You can't just be having like spring mattresses. You gotta
Nope.
use like Tempur-Pedic and Purple Foam and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't, cause like even Vegeta too. Bulma wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Bulma, I bet you Bulma made some
hell
tech
no.
for her.
And Vegeta's angry, so you can imagine their sex
Could you
life.
imagine angry sex with
Bruh.
Vegeta?
I
and
mean,
Bulma?
if I had a
Bulma just
hairline like
talking mad shit
Vegeta,
too.
I'd be pissed off too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you know Bulma.
You ain't.
Bulma. Bulma talk mad shit during sex, bro.
You think
She
you better than
talk hella
Kakarot? Show
shit.
me you better than Kakarot.
What? She cussed Vegeta out on a regular. Yo, you ain't no prince of nothing, bitch.
So
Beat this
you're
up.
gay. What's your comfort anime?
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but if it's not Ghost in the Shell, it will probably be like Cold Case, but something about detective stories, the science, the tech.
That's solid.
But yeah, you can they had first gig, second gig, then they had the new one that Netflix put out. All 3 series are pretty solid.
Mm.
And or if you watch a movie, it's pretty solid. Not the live action. The live action's a difficult watch.
I mean, dude, I just feel like they should just stick to animation when it comes to these live action animes.
No,
Like,
okay.
I mean, when it comes to these like the anime movies, like you can't do like I hated the live action Dragon Ball Z.
Fair.
I'm pretty sure we all did.
Yes.
I hated the live action Avatar.
Yep.
Hated the live action, dude. The
Street
live
Fighter.
the
Chung
live
Lee one, right?
the live action freaking Attack on Titan was terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
Like,
Now, Bleach was all right. Bleach was all right, and Rurouni
think I've
Kenshin's
seen
all
that one.
right. Have you seen Rurouni Kenshin yet?
No, I can't.
What about the
I
other
can't
one,
trust live
the
action.
Bro,
Bishop?
what?
I can't trust live action.
Son,
I can't
watch
trust live
it.
action
Yo,
anime movies.
just
I
give
can't.
it a
What about the
shot.
show that got canceled on Netflix? The Bishop one. Is that what it's called?
What is it? You mean?
I think it's called Bishop, right?
Is it Bishop?
I think it is.
It's like Bishop Cowboy, I think.
Yeah.
Is that what it?
I
is
think
that
it's
what it
both
is?
something cowboy or something.
Something like that, but
Yeah.
I thought it was Bishop Cowboy or something. I think it is Bishop Cowboy.
I thought the show was pretty good. I've never actually seen the anime yet, and I kind of want to now just to see like the comparisons. But
I mean, I just feel like anime is just like the books. The
Bro.
book, the anime is always better.
the manga's kind of.
No, they
In the
made 4 Rurouni Kenshin movies, live action. It's a hit, fam. And to give you to be fair, in the groundness of Rurouni Kenshin, the anime wasn't that like super powerish. You know what I'm saying? It was just niggas with swords. It's the same. And you just get your ass cut, and you be like, he didn't move the blade out. He just
Nah, I did. You just were slow enough.
yeah.
You're too
but
slow.
like but if you're shooting it, it's just a nigga just doing this, and then everybody just get fall and die.
Yo,
So-
not to go off topic, but have you guys ever seen the new Star Wars series that they made?
Oh, Boba
That-
Fett?
No. There's
Mandalorian,
There's
or-
this. It's like a mini shorts that they've had, and it kind of looks like an anime style.
The Unreal Engine 5, right? I think it's made with Unreal Engine 5.
I don't remember.
I seen.
It's got like different episodes of like different storylines, like different people, and it looks crazy as fuck. Like it's not even Star Wars anymore. It's completely
pretty
different. Their lightsabers aren't even lightsabers. Like they're just, it's hard to explain it. It's like
It's-
some kind of sword.
It's almost as good as the. It's almost as good as the Resident Evil. Is it Resident Evil?
The Resident Evil one.
Animes on
Netflix? Yeah, that one.
You can't.
Dog, those things.
You can't even tell the difference,
bro.
bro. You couldn't even tell the difference. Like at first, for a solid 20 minutes, I thought I was watching real people. And I was like, oh, this is all animation. That's how good these Star Wars shorts are.
That is crazy. 'Cause
crazy.
it's like,
And it gets you hooked in it.
like
too.
I could kind of tell. Like when I was looking at the trailer, I could tell that it was like animation, but it's like this is like it's too crispy. It's too
Bro.
like it could trick somebody if you don't really know.
The new Unreal Engine 5s are going. That's gonna be your next standard. I feel like if anything
For animation?
No, I'm talking like not just for animation. In terms of just graphics, digital, because like you don't even have to use like you can take actual photos of like an area or surrounding, throw it into Unreal Engine, and it would still be able to render out enough to be like the person's like actually in the like in the scenery.
Bro,
You know what I
that's
mean?
just crazy.
Yeah.
Which
like how they did with Luke.
right, yeah.
Bro.
Or how they did with them,
The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
I'm waiting to see when Luke comes into.
Even
He's gonna be in Boba Fett, right?
I think in a
Or is
later
he- is he
I think in
coming
a
back
later
into-
series. I think in the later episodes.
Because it's gonna lead back into the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Ship.
It's supposed to be. Have you seen the episodes of the Book of Boba Fett?
No, I haven't.
Bro, it's.
I heard it's good.
crazy.
I heard they're doing good with these Star Wars show. I heard they're doing really good with these shows.
It's really interesting when it gets deep into like what actually
lore?
happened
Yeah, cause
and how he survived.
bro, I would even expect how he just torched the motherfucker, son.
Bro, he straight up just went.
Just everybody getting fired.
But I feel like everyone predicted that was
That
gonna
would
happen.
yeah.
You know, like they knew he was either gonna use his rocket launcher or his flamethrower and just crawl his way out.
No, they didn't clearly. Now I will say this for spoilers: they didn't clearly explain how he got out. They show how he killed.
He just crawled out.
He just he just
But he was struggling in there. Like
in
he
the
looked
yeah.
like,
It
it
was
was all like moist in there, and he was just
like
about to get
tentacles and
dissected.
shit. It was weird, but they now pick up after the fact of like everyone's like he's now in control. Like they even show how he survived after the fact. Because you know in the Mandalorian he had like the Tusken Raider voice.
Yeah.
He can talk to the Tuskens and all that. So we never knew how he was able to do that. In the Book of Boba Fett, you get to see how he had to deal with all that. And now, bro, I feel more
That's
for
like
Boba Fett.
That's like a level up now.
Bro, Boba Fett has more cred than
For his
any
age
other.
too.
Yeah. Son,
Like they make fun of him in that show. They say he's getting old, but man,
He-
can kick ass.
he has more credibility than any other bounty hunter to
And
date.
his suit is sick.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh, yeah,
it's
I do
so
like
dope.
his suit. I do like the way his suit looks.
And then
It's clean.
his new I like his henchman. What's the girl, the Asian lady, Lee, the girl from
Oh,
Shields,
yeah.
Agents of
She's really
Shields.
cool.
solid.
She's a
solid.
badass.
Bro.
Badass assistant, I think.
Asian women was taking the game. The girl from Shang-Li?
Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi.
10 Rings. The
Yeah.
aunt.
Mhm.
You know the one that was teaching them how to do the abilities. Not the
Yeah.
one that died, but the aunt there. Bro, she's like the goat of all karate fighting right there. Bro. You didn't finish it?
Nah, I ain't finished it yet.
Oh, did I spoil it then?
No,
You know the part I'm talking about.
not really. No, but yeah.
You gotta jump on that show.
gotta
All I
finish
gotta say, you gotta jump on that show
Yeah.
and like start binge watching. It's only like they only have like what 3-4 episodes,
3-4
Yeah.
episodes.
so
right?
you'll catch up pretty easily.
For sure.
It's really good.
I would say for my comfort anime, most definitely Gangsta. I like that. Even though it's just a one.
Is that the movie?
No,
It's an anime.
no, it's the anime. It's just even though it's just a one season one, like it's just like it just makes me want to get into the manga because yeah.
What's that about? I've never.
Yeah.
It's
heard
it's that one guy who's deaf and with the katana, and his homeboy that is like a henchman. Like they're both henchmen, and there's these certain people who have these special abilities, and they wear these dog tags around their neck, and and like depending on how strong you are, it will depend like if you're like an A0 or a B3, one of those types. So this guy, literally there's like some of these other ones who are like have special abilities, but they're just straight up, just killing people, kidnapping people, and they're just trying to figure out, okay, what the fuck's going on. So yeah, it just makes me want to get, like, the show made me want to get into the manga because it's like they only did one season of the anime, and I'm just like,
That's crazy.
That's wild.
yeah. So that one and Beastar. I love what Netflix did with Beastar.
They definitely got a lot of good choices on there. I gotta start getting on there.
I've never really gotten into Beastars. I don't know what it is. I haven't gotten a shot.
It's really good. I love the second season.
The second.
The second season was really deep, so I love the second season.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen it because there was the one before it was Blood Gods.
Oh, you talking about the Blood of Zeus? Blood of Zeus?
Yeah.
That one was good.
Was hard.
That one went hard.
That one was hard. Yo.
Blood of Zeus.
Yeah,
Son.
it's an anime on Netflix. It goes hard.
I
I don't even think they did a season 2 for that one. Yeah.
They didn't. I'll be honest, Netflix's animes, like original animes, have hit harder. And even though I don't like their animation, like I'm not a big fan of the you remember Reboot back in the day? Animation, like the old school Reboot clay, like it's like 2 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's very 3D-ish.
Yeah.
It's not
Or Transformers Beast Wars.
I don't like none of the Netflix
I think I know
Transformer
you
movies.
know.
I don't like.
It's like you say, when it's too 3D and it's
Yeah.
too blotchy and too like it's too much at times. But now with the technology they're using, I guess Unreal Engine and everything else, you getting like more animes that are like the new Ghost in the Shell. And so like there's one called Ingress and Ajin. I think it's on Netflix. Ajin. It's like AJIN or something like that on Netflix. But it was wild. Like this dude, it was about like military power, like making military abilities, increasing the soldier, and finding a way to improve soldiers essentially. Yep. So they made like a bioactive, like bio thing that like Venom essentially. It's like a Venom.
So it's like a symbiote in a way.
Yeah. So like if when it infects you, you'd have crazy ability to do whatever you want, but you lose certain sense of like your humanity, like morality, all that.
Oh, so you go crazy.
Parts to go crazy, but one kid broke the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So he's like he keeps his humanity and has the abilities, and he's going against everybody else who has these abilities.
What anime is this, bro?
Crazy.
What anime is this?
Ajin. AJIN. It was wild, bro.
I feel like I've seen that.
It was. If I find it again online when I get home, I'll share it to you guys on recommendations because there's a few ones on Netflix that were like I was like, wow, I didn't expect it to be this good. Yeah. There was that one, and there was another one where it was like a Mayan kid, and he gets chosen by the gods, the Mayan gods, to be the savior, and he has to save like the entire world within like a week. and your man's like, what? Like
That's
a week,
crazy.
and then like everyone who the gods give him tell him his task, and he's just like, yo, but a week? I gotta do all this work? Wow, fam.
Yeah. So let's get into this Nerdverse episode. And the first thing we're gonna talk about the Spider-Man No Way Home.
Ooh. Been ready for this.
So real quick, you guys should already have seen it by now.
Yeah,
I mean,
spoilers.
Yeah, this movie's been out this long enough.
You have no excuse. That's your fault if you try to avoid
they've
it.
been saying like the sales for it is beating out freaking Dark Knight Rises. So
It made
y'all
like
should
top selling movie in
it's on the top
2021,
selling movie list of all time, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's like it's up there. I don't think it's number 1 yet, but it's up there. But I mean,
Can we just talk about how sinister Green Goblin was this time?
that's how I feel like that's how he always was. But it's just
But this took like a really dark turn.
They
I
played
think
on
it's
his
just
mental.
Yeah, they did play on his mental, but also I think that's really what Marvel's trying to do now. They're trying to play more into like the dark side of Spider-Man because the whole narrative of Marvel has always been, they have dark characters, they don't know how to use them, and how everything is just too
Especially
light.
for Disney because it's a family friendly,
And
platform.
especially when Marvel got bought out by Disney. So it's just, I think it was great for them to have that kind of, because the movie makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you emotional. So that's the one thing I would say about this movie. That's the reason why I say if I was to rate it, I would definitely give it a 10. I'm definitely giving it a 10 just because of the
You give
fact
it a 10?
like
I'll give it a 9 because I wouldn't say it's perfect, but
I
I
would
love
say
the
it's
movie.
I would say I would get it. It has to be up there.
I
give
think
it a
Tom
7.
Has to be
did
up
really
there.
good to being this Peter
Yeah, I
Parker.
gave it a
It's
7.
gotta be this one.
Honestly, the character development, like out of all his whole movies,
Mm-hmm.
is what shocked me because like literally he comes in as this little kid. That's why they loved the first movie, but then he was very childish, so they never took him serious. Until now, with this new one that came out, obviously
He has
grown
more
up.
responsibility now.
He grew up. He took in that.
He took in the whole
bro,
quote.
that quote.
He took in the whole he's the living embodiment
Bro,
of with great power comes great
Comes with
responsibility.
That wait, everyone was waiting for that quote to come in, and then as soon as she says it, boom, that's when everything just goes to hell, and you're just like freaking out.
I was waiting. Once she said
No,
it, I was
it's
like,
like, no, it's like
Once she said
both
it, she
Uncle
about to
Ben
die.
said that and they both died. So I'm
Yeah.
like, why did I not see that coming? Once she
True.
said it,
What?
she gets fucked
You didn't
up.
see it coming?
No, I'm like,
Once you say the quote, you die. That's how I knew about this. Like, oh, damn.
Like, come on.
Once I knew the explosion happened, like, oh, Peter comes with great responsibility. I was
The
like,
next you know-
oh, damn. She
the
just
next you
died.
know, drops. I'm like,
She done, I knew
I'm like,
something
no,
was gonna
y'all
happen.
can't.
Knew
Oh
something
my
gonna happen,
God.
bro.
I'm like, do y'all think it hit harder that it was the aunt instead of the uncle?
No, because I
died?
feel like
No, it was definitely a different experience, but we got more engagement in the bond for Peter and Aunt May.
But to be fair though, like Miles Morales Spider-Man already prepared us for the different multiverses of different like just for the just
Because
planting
Miles
the
Morales
seed.
uses his father.
Of
So
different perspectives.
Plant
things that just happened.
because like in that one he talks to when Miles talks to all the Spider-Mans in the lair, they all go, yeah, my Uncle Ben, it was my Aunt May, it was this. They all say who died to make them Spider-Man.
Gwen was his best friend.
Right,
her best friend, Peter.
right. And then so like each different version of the Spider-Mans in the Miles Morales in the
Bro, and it's crazy.
cartoon version.
When you start to actually get into the Spider-Man verse and learn about these different stories, like Gwen Stacy's was kind of crazy that Peter Parker turned evil and he became the Lizard. Like I was like, what? You didn't expect that?
For me, my only thing that bugged me, why I gave it a 7 is the only thing that bugged me was too much talking, too much.
really,
You didn't
too
like
much
all the
talking.
dialogue?
Dude,
Some of the dialogue.
some of the dialogue is what made the movie. Like, come on. now.
No, well, okay. Did we need as much dialogue in the Sanctum's basement when they're all in the basement trapping? And we didn't need that much dialogue there.
No, but I feel like at the same time,
didn't-
it kind of feels more.
Some of it brought the comic relief. It
Plus,
did kind of.
it feels more like like realistic in a way,
Right.
you know? Like I love the fact that
Like they're
just,
going to be talking about this whole thing,
Yeah.
especially when you just sent freaking Doctor Strange off to a whole different
Exactly.
realm.
But I'm not saying those.
So it's
parts
like,
are
okay, how the
necessary.
fuck are we gonna do this?
But you had there was literally like a solid 3 to 5 minutes of talking, and then I think like Electrode or somebody was like, "Hey," and broke up the conversation between the three of them. You know what I'm saying? Like that part, I was saying you could just cut a bit. I'm saying scenario like, and that 3 conversation of all 3 of them, her, Ned, and Peter, was like a common occurrence throughout the movie, which isn't a big deal, but it's just like the movie was so long, you could have cut some of the dialogue out. We get it.
I mean,
Keep
some
of the dialogue.
I mean, some of the.
but
I think it was a
half of
necessary length. This movie, it was a necessary
Yeah,
length
'cause it
for
showed-
all the stuff that all the characters they were bringing in.
it showed that everything
especially when they
you-
brought all the other 2 Peters. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
we
not
need.
saying those parts. I'm talking only about the parts when it's the 3 of them.
I feel like in a way, if you think about the dialogue,
I think that also.
it brings back with the character development. So it shows that all 3 of them have gone through a lot together. You know,
Right.
and like
Especially
all the,
once Peter's
the
identity
secrets that they've given
gets come out.
just
So,
talking him able to talk to them, you know, as friends and now as like partners basically in a way.
Right.
So that's I think the
I
dialogue.
think the
it showed
dialogue
all that.
also helps prepare us for what happens at the end when they just forget about him.
I would agree with you if
So
the
it's
dialogue
like-
was like that, but the dialogue was them bickering about trivial shit. You know what I'm saying? It would. If the dialogue consisted of stuff that would not saying pertain to the movie, but like help the movie progress or like influence the movie in a way, I get it. But it was more like, who is he? I don't know who he is. What do you mean you don't know who he is? I don't know. He just calls me Peter, and that's why he started jumping. And I was like, okay, I get it. We all knew you got jumped by him because we saw the fight. You didn't discuss that part, but the part where they like
I don't know. I mean,
discussing
some of that could probably like improv that he might have put in there, but I mean, it fits
that
for
was
his
one
Peter
with
though, you know.
that, and then the catch for Andrew Garfield.
That's redemption, though.
Okay, yeah, fair redemption.
Redemption because the fact
the
that
catch
like
was good. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, the catch was good. I'm saying it wasn't really a worked for catch. The first time Andrew Garfield failed, he had to go through hella shit.
I'm not
He had
gonna-
the web, he had the
But I
web
think
blast out the way.
He slowed himself down because he was trying to focus on the web shooting rather than the actual
And
jump.
I think-
which part?
so. Like in the
second,
first one, yeah,
the
or the
first
second one, yeah.
The second one,
Yeah,
right,
because
right.
I'm not gonna lie, the first one, he
He
had to go
had
through
a
all
lot
that stuff,
more
and
to
he was
go
just like,
through.
okay, she's still probably falling. Let me just do this. The next thing you know, she bangs her fucking head. But like, I think for this one, he was more focused on catching her because the fact that
He can
Tom-
take damage.
Yeah, because the fact that Tom
Right.
Holland Spider-Man couldn't get to her because of
Right.
You know,
I'm
because of
just
Green
saying,
Goblin, so-
make the disaster of the catch bigger. Is my point.
You
That's
just
all
nit-
I'm
you
saying.
That more
nitpick- you
dramatic, you
nitpicking
mean?
right now, man.
Yes.
Kind of
yes.
showing the
'Cause
slow
it's
mo,
still-
intense
I'm
moment.
saying make the correlation of the 2 instances match. Because like when you see it, when you see him do the catch and everything.
Honestly, I feel like the way they should have changed it in a way where once the intense part of Tom going away, it should show her hand just kind of like still falling, but just someone just grabs it and
Right.
swings by. You know,
They-
instead of showing Andrew diving, like
It
I get
should be
it.
Andrew grabbing her and be like, I made
I get
the
it though.
catch.
Like obviously he shows that he went to get the jump and just caught her like nothing, but.
That's what he gets what I'm saying. It's two perspectives. Either go all out and show like he has to jump from the torch.
Because people were kind of making fun of his cry, like, which I
'Cause
get it.
he did have that cry at the end. He's like,
But
I got you. I was like,
But I
dude.
get the cry, and like the cry
Yeah.
is warranted.
I-
It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
He
I think
redeemed
the
himself.
expression, He probably should have
But
fixed it a bit better.
It was like, what is he redeeming? That's what I'm saying. What is he redeeming himself of? It was like a basic catch that any Spider-Man should do.
Thinking of redemption. I think it was more of like, okay, I caught her.
I wish I would have caught Stacy.
Yeah.
You know.
I caught my girl.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it.
But
Yeah.
in that case, then again, it goes back into my point. It should have been a harder catch. You get what I'm saying? Because in this catch,
The story's already dramatic when you
It's-
got all 3 Spider-Mans against what could be a new Sinister Six, except with
solid
that one person. So.
6 too.
I mean, well, they only have 5 people. Let's just say this. They only
I
have
was
5,
upset when
so it's
I-
not a 6.
I heard
but-
that before they decided to bring Andrew and Tom or Toby because they weren't even sure if they were going to be in the movie. That
Nah,
they had
but a lot of people.
they had a whole different storyline with actually having Venom in the movie.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I did hear that Venom was supposed to make it into the movie, but then they just saved them for.
Yeah, they said it's too early. I guess.
I don't even think it's because of the fact that it was too early, but it's also. I was watching something they were saying like of certain like characters that weren't in it. Like some of the like bringing some of the characters back would just be like, okay, like if you bring these characters back, it's gonna really take away from Tom. Cause it is still Tom Holland's movie.
Right.
So they're saying you can't bring Gwen Stacy back because that's just gonna it's gonna focus more on
Her
Andrew Garfield instead of Tom Holland. So I feel like and then if you bring back the new Venom, it's just like none of them know who this person is.
True.
Not even, and yes, we've seen, Tobey Maguire fight Venom, but that's a different Venom.
He'd be the only one.
And he'll just be like, okay, you look familiar, but then it's just it would be too much to bring in.
Mm-hmm.
So I get why they just save them for the post credit, but as we see in the post credit, some of Venom's symbiote is still there. So we gonna see a Venom.
Which now we're
gonna see a Venom.
My theory on that, because I was gonna say that too. The last drop of Venom that drops, I'm pretty sure it's connected to the original Venom still, even though he's in the other universe.
He probably is, because he said it before that they basically have like a bond that connects through all the universes.
Right. But the
Yeah,
reason being,
because in that post credit of Venom 2, where they see Peter and he's like, I know this person.
Yeah.
So it's like,
like it's a familiar, it's a familiar sight.
It's like we need to go after him.
Yeah. But I think the reason being is because the original Venom, or the creator of Venom, is a celestial being, or he's a multiverse being. He's just like a Wanda.
Isn't it what's his name? Like Superior Symbiote or something like that.
Something like that. Kroll. Sure. I don't know. I think his name's like Kroll or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they all come from a planet, so.
But
True.
That's true.
I'm kind of curious if they're ever gonna introduce him into the Venom movie.
I think so now, because like this would bridge, because like if
this is definitely gonna like. How do you feel about the multiverse going into, like, right after you see Spider-Man and then you see and then you see the trailer for the new.
I'm very
for the
curious.
Next Doctor Strange. How you feel about Marvel going forward?
I'm curious to see how they're gonna make Tom Holland's MCU universe, and then they're gonna have like the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales, because like we don't know if it's gonna be kind of like the same where they they'll have like their animation into the real life.
I feel like they'll bring on
I think they'll make it real.
They'll bring on a live action.
Yeah.
They're starting to tease it now. Like I think they're starting to bring a real live action one, because even Tom said that he would love to mentor one.
I think they would. I think they, because you kind of have to now to make the story of the Spider-Verse make sense, to have Miles be in it. So you kind of have to now.
Apparently, they even said that
Miles
Tom Holland was supposed to be in Spider-Verse, the first one. They were gonna.
They were gonna do like an animation version.
Yeah, they already had like a whole like cartoon
version of him.
Yeah, the concept
Oh
up.
shit!
Bro, he looked funny as hell.
I mean, it would be different. Like, I feel like it would just be like you'll have people complaining about what about Andrew Garfield, or it's like I'm glad they did it the way they did.
Yeah.
It would have brought too much attention, and plus it's still Sony.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really that much of a partnership.
I did kind of wish that.
I do feel like that. Either Disney's gonna buy out Sony, or they're gonna have this type of partnership where it's just all Spider-Man stuff.
That's gonna be interesting, because I don't know if they'll ever give up Spider-Man.
I mean,
it's big for them,
especially when it comes to gaming.
Oh yeah,
Especially it'll be weird to see a new Spider-Man game come out for PS5, and then you see Disney right across it.
That'd be
very weird.
That'd be hella weird.
It would be
hella weird. Yeah. Now, how did you feel with how they got rid of, how they made Doc Ock good?
I feel like that was always gonna happen.
Yeah, like I kind of like I fucked with it because it's the fact that like I don't know at what moment they brought him out.
Right.
I can't remember. I know he said it, but I can't remember what moment they brought him out. When he just came into the universe. But as soon as he saw him, he was like, "You're not the Peter that I know." So it's like, and then we used his suit to just trap his arms. It's like, okay, I know I'm not supposed to be evil. It's because of these tentacles. So only reason he was really evil was because of his tentacles and because of the thing in the back of his neck. So
Yeah, it was like a malfunction.
yeah.
So I think
With the whole thing with the sun when it just burned it.
Well,
So
I'm saying in the sense of like the fact that he disappears for probably like 75% of the movie.
I think it was a very different. It was definitely an interesting turning point right there.
Yeah,
Where you know
because the end is where he shows back up.
yeah.
I'm not saying
because
gloriously
the
too.
Spider-Mans aren't even alone now. Now that Doc
Right.
Ock was kind of like
That's what I'm saying.
tricking them, he's like, haha, got you guys. Now we're gonna go back to our lives and everything is gonna get better for us.
And fixing Electrode and all
Which
that.
is crazy because now they just fucked up the timeline even more
Right,
with
that's
being
what I'm
coming
saying.
variants.
And he didn't just fuck up their time. He didn't fuck up
Doctor
I
Strange
mean,
gave no
Holland's
fuck.
timeline. He fucked up like
I just like to.
Tobey
I
Maguire's
just
time.
really want to say, what the hell is wrong with Wong? Because like, literally, because in the trailer it's like he's warning them not to, but now in the movie he's like, bruh, just leave me out of this. I don't care.
because your man
I'm like,
stressed
dude.
out. He the Sorcerer Supreme
I
for
mean,
the last 5 years.
He had to
'Cause,
step up since Doctor
of Doctor
Strange
Strange.
Doctor
disappeared.
Strange disappeared. Yeah, he.
But he's been busy training.
But even still, with the whole with Endgame and Infinity War, he's like, yo,
Oh,
I don't
you
want-
ain't finished.
I
You
don't-
ain't finished the 10 rings yet. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. That's like, because he
'Cause
was in there. He's been busy.
all right,
He
I'll-
working.
okay, then I'll
don't
I'll
wanna
leave Wong
spoil it.
alone.
You-
But still,
Don't you disrespect.
but
Wong,
still,
bro.
with the fact that he's like,
No.
but still with the fact he's like, I'm about to do the spell. He's like,
what I do want to say is I hate the fact.
it's not my problem.
I hate.
Wong is doing work for the Revengers.
Revengers.
Yeah.
Revengers?
Is it the Revengers? With Zemos. It's Zemos, Abominable.
Oh, yeah. I think they said something like that.
I think
It's
it's something new
Zemos,
that's coming. Yeah,
Obama.
They're making a whole new, like,
Yeah.
crew.
with
Black
all the
Widow's
with all the
sister.
with all the villains. Yeah,
Black Widow's sister and
I think
Secret
they
Agent,
kind of
the
teased.
Captain.
Yeah, they've been.
Captain America dude who killed that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Now they're calling him U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent.
Yeah, I think they kind of teased that with
Wong, I think is working with
Because
them.
that one
Yeah.
lady's been in. She's been in like almost every show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's
right?
been teasing
Mhm.
in it.
Yeah,
That's gonna be interesting because that's gonna be like a whole crazy big Avenger war.
honestly,
with the
that
But
That
this
might-
time we're getting a new
the
Avengers.
same lineup. Because if you go by the
you know
moves,
that might kind of open up something to do like a civil war too.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. What is it?
That'd be interesting.
Because
There's-
if you see it with the comic, it's kind of the same thing. So
Is it Galactic Wars or something like that?
no, Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasions. Yeah, yeah.
Who's gonna be taking charge of the new Avengers though?
I think it falls down to Reed Richards after this, because then it goes down to the Fantastic. If you're going by lore, it'd be Fantastic Four.
Which they still need to introduce.
It's
Yeah.
right.
We don't even know who's gonna be.
I mean, Disney bought Fox, so they can be able to do
So
that.
it'd be
Yeah, because we need to get rid of that remake that they just had.
It'd be either Reed
We don't even
Richards
talk about that remake.
or I don't know. I think Reed Richards is the only one who's like.
There's
who's, like,
there's Falcon.
like-
Falcon was kind of
but
like
I'm going off genius level of like
Doctor
who's your
Strange?
Stark? Like who's
Who
the
has the
Stark?
same genius as Stark
And the only one who does is
and a better
other than-
temperament than Hulk?
Right. I was gonna say other than Banner.
well,
is
he's
Reed
fixed
Richards.
it, hasn't he?
I mean, smart Hulk, but
Smart
yeah,
Hulk,
I
yeah.
think it's something with
Which I
with
wonder.
She-Hulk that I think he turns back into
Well,
Bruce
he does
Banner.
it. He does it. This is the theory. He does it to heal his arm. Because when he's in Hulk form, he doesn't regenerate because he's using gamma energy.
Mm.
Because in one of the trailers for She-Hulk, he's back as Banner again, but his arm is completely
It's all
healed.
slinged up.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's slinged up, but it's not fucked up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's looking better. So it looks like he's healing in Banner form rather than Hulk form.
That's
as-
crazy.
or rather than Professor Hulk.
Yeah, rather than Professor Hulk form. But he, like it shows that he's like whatever technology he did for She-Hulk, he used it on himself. Is what I'm thinking.
How'd you
Okay.
guys feel when they introduced Ned having powers, and then completely
Well,
just taking away
technically,
the story?
technically, he didn't have powers. He took the ring and just did something.
So you
with
think it was just the ring itself?
I honestly
I do. Yeah,
because look,
anybody
freaking
can do it.
yeah, because look, Doctor Strange was just a doctor who just wanted his hands healed, and he just went to the temple, got the ring, learned the shit. So I think It would be different if we seen like Ned kind of follow that path a little bit.
But I wonder now if it's gonna introduce him as the Hobgoblin now that they lost their memories.
There are things. I've heard a theory.
So
about
they're starting
that.
all over basically.
But if they did do it, if they did do Hobgoblin again,
Because I feel like they're gonna bring some emotional moment with the little Emperor, the
Yeah.
Emperor Palpatine. Like I feel like a really sad moment's gonna happen, and he's gonna like show it to him. You know?
but the thing is though with Ned though,
I would like to say. Oh, go ahead.
I would say with Ned though, the way Ned comes about, it's his best friend having. He's a genius, right? So you're gonna use.
I mean, he's
they're gonna
smart.
focus
He's
on-
smart.
He's smart.
That's what I'm
He's
saying. They're
very
gonna focus more on his genius level rather than his powers. So I don't think they're gonna focus more on the powers anymore. I
Maybe
think they
not
just
yet.
did it.
I'm sure they'll probably build into it.
Or
Because I can't remember how did the Hobgoblin get
I mean,
created?
Hobgoblin was because of the fact that Harry found out that Peter was kind of the reason why his dad died.
But me and him
And
had a
they-
discussion. Was Harry actually Hobgoblin in that?
Or was he still
Just
kind
a-
of the Green
I
Goblin?
was-
Still technically just a version of Green Goblin. Yeah.
Or was he just looking for revenge? Yeah.
True, because
Yeah.
he never introduced his name.
Yeah.
I mean, but we kind of knew what it was, just because he
insinuated,
had.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ned's story is completely different with Harry's, because obviously he doesn't.
But it was-
his
it's
father isn't $1 million freaking dollar.
But it's
You know.
still. But I think what they're going to do is like how they play with every multiverse. How like it's the small details that matter.
Yeah.
So it's the fact that he's Peter's best friend, and Hobgoblin usually was Peter's best friend,
Yeah.
and so they're going to use that niche.
My theory behind this whole thing is the fact that Green Goblin was not as mental as what y'all think he was. 'Cause he was clear about what he was doing. He wasn't sick.
When during the
He
movie
was just fucked up in the
or
head.
in general,
Like y'all said mental at the beginning of the show. That he
they
probably
they no
had
they
some
showed
They showed more of his
it.
I
mental.
understand that, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying, even though they showed it, I don't think he had any mental issues. His narrative was clear. Kill these motherfuckers. He
No,
was very clear on that, but here's my theory about it. He knew, like, maybe talking amongst these people, we didn't get to see him put everything together, so they may have been holding back some of that footage, right? He found out about the multiverse and realized who he is, so he's basically spawning him as a character.
spawning Hobgoblin in.
Like, you know that he's Harry, but
Yeah.
that's not my son Harry.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and manipulate him too also. Keep the lineage going. My mission was to go ahead and die in this movie,
Right.
but to keep the Hobgoblin.
But
I'm just saying that's just a theory.
But who
But
would be
he-
the one to initiate that in
would still be
Tom's
Green Goblin.
universe? Because he doesn't
Yes.
have a Green Goblin.
No, I know that.
But I'm saying,
But if you brought him into this
Right.
universe, right?
but I'm saying that
He's quote unquote clueless that he don't know what's going on, but he maybe stumbled across a book or something and found out about the multiverse and was like,
True, he is a nosy kid.
wait a minute, I'm the Goblin here, but this is Harry, and maybe
Green Goblin said this. You're saying?
no, I'm just no,
Thinking that
no,
he's
not
thinking
Like
this.
he's
He's
seeing-
probably thinking this.
He could be seeing his double game.
Yes, it's almost like Thanos, how you met your own and be like, you know what, let me kind of alter the
Right.
future here. I can't do nothing about the past because I don't have no handle. I don't know.
I can't do nothing in this timeline, so
Right.
let me
But I can
just.
fuck up the future.
Yeah.
But-
he died. He don't mind dying, but keeping that lineage going.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, let's.
Real quick before we move on, like the ending though, when he's like, okay, I'm about to, just try to get MJ back. Then he's like, he just
I feel
says
like that
fuck it.
was-
He's just like, yo, I just want a coffee. I'm like,
That was such a hard choice for him to make. Like you feel that too. Like he wants to obviously bring all those memories back, but he knows the responsibility now that he's gonna take. Now that he's more mature and he's grown,
Yeah.
he understands.
it's so funny on Twitter. Someone on Twitter was like, man, I would have been boohoo crying and trying to be like, babe, it's me. Like that's hilarious. That would have been hilarious.
It's Zendaya. I
Now,
would
I'm
be
not.
too.
I would just like to say, like, as them being a couple, like, okay, when he writes out their memories, then would it just be like, I'm pretty sure she had pictures of him in her phone,
Nah, it's all
or
gone.
did that get wiped out too?
It's all gone.
Yeah, I think everything,
It's
literally
magic,
everything.
nigga.
Everything that's got to do with
Anything
Tom
that had
is
to do-
all gone.
Everything
But-
going.
Which is weird because it kept the necklace. So I don't know. That's hard to say. Cause
Well, no, the necklace is an object, so like
it is
it's
memory.
Still,
It's memory wipe, but I don't know if.
but again, we're going off the magic side
Of like erasing your memory.
of erasing your
Yeah.
memory. I think what it does is rewrites. So the narrative of like, oh, Tom gave it to me is now could be Ned gave it to me. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be fucked up
So
if they
like-
become a couple.
That's
Ned-
honestly
if Ned
that's
and-
what I thought.
If Ned and MJ becomes a couple, that would be so fucked
That's
up.
what I
And that
thought at
starts the
first.
But that starts the beef because they all three of them are in MIT. They all get accepted.
No, I
'Cause
don't
They
know
were
about
gonna
that,
get
so I'm saying,
accepted.
What?
To get the Hobgoblin character,
Yeah.
to start with.
Right, I'm saying.
Boom, you with my girl?
That's
you
what I mean.
noticed,
But I'm
too,
saying
that-
that they all go to
Have you
MIT
noticed too
now
that the
after
guy
this.
he's actually lost some weight?
Oh, the
Ned?
guy who plays
The
Ned,
dude that plays
yeah,
Ned.
yeah.
I wonder if
and
they're
he's
gonna
actually
start
bald.
to.
And he's actually bald now. Like,
I
He
I
did
feel like
bald.
they're gonna like.
but he had hair in the movie though.
Yeah, they
Like-
gave that to him.
Like,
I'm curious if they're gonna put some if they're gonna put some muscle on him to like really start to like show his character change.
Probably.
Since
It might be.
Since it's gonna be basically a whole new fresh start now.
yeah, because they're doing a
Essentially,
new
yeah.
trilogy. Yeah,
Because like now
they're gonna ride the Spider-Man until the wheels fall off.
Bro,
Because you can focus.
like I love the fact that they
Yeah,
go.
yeah, because Tom does say he wants to take a break from acting, so it's just
Yeah, but he
But
also
it's-
signed like 3-4
Yeah,
more movies.
yeah.
But they can put him as a secondary character and focus more on Ned as a villain and do a like a Joker movie in a way.
That would be crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
just
Like,
do it from the
start
perspective of a
focusing-
villain.
Does
Yeah,
he have that good of acting chops to pull off?
Ned.
who knows?
I
We
heard
don't
he
know.
Oh, I'm saying I don't know. I'm just saying the possibility of the what could
It's
be.
just the fact that he's playing a quirky character.
Right.
You know, you don't think he could have that kind of range, but he might have that
Plus,
range.
everyone does have a lot of love for the supporting characters. Like
Yeah.
for guys that didn't even do much, they were all excited about just that one action scene.
Yeah.
Like what was it? I watched Eternals. The dude Jon Snow. I'm excited to see him as Black Knight.
Bro, that was.
Bro, Black Knight's gonna be fucking sick. And then yeah.
I did some research on that character too. It's pretty interesting. How it
Yeah.
is. It's fucked up though too.
Yeah, it's dark as hell. It's surrounded by death. Whole
my
family
God.
has to deal with death. The whole family.
Apparently, he's got like
Here's like
anger issues.
yeah.
And he's also got like amnesia or something, or like he like forgets every time he's like a different Dark Knight.
Different, yeah, and it also has like he also has the ability to kill Celestials.
Yeah,
So whatever ability he has that the Dark Knight has is it's
Yeah, I'm really excited.
multiverse in power.
Bro, it's gonna be crazy
yeah,
to
yeah.
see them all come together. again.
yeah. Like
And Blade too, because
I can't wait for Blade.
That's the
Blade.
voice.
I
Because
can't
I
wait for
knew
Blade.
it was the voice in the
Did
end
you-
of.
Did you
end
guys
of
hear
it.
they said that Blade might be in
The
Doctor
MCU.
Strange?
Yeah,
They're saying he might be in Doctor Strange.
it would make sense
It-
for the
it looked
for
good.
because
It look he would. And
his
then what if they
doppelganger
bring in
character-
Morpheus?
That's what I'm saying.
too? To bring in Morpheus and then you
Yeah.
have Blade. Like
Because
I can't-
Morpheus makes Blade. Well, it's a theory. That's the theory. Morpheus is vampire, and he.
I know he's a vampire, but
he
it's like
bites
make-
Blade's mother,
and that's
that's what
okay.
makes.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the origin of Blade. Is because
or
of
one of the.
Morpheus.
Okay.
Yeah, because Morbius has the power of Dracula.
I'm excited to see his movie. 'Cause
Yeah, me too.
His universe.
That one's a very dark one. I'd
his
love to
universe.
see
I'm
how that
curious to
I
know
wanna see-
where. Is he supposed to be in Andrew's universe?
I think it's just the whole Sony verse. Of
Because
it,
Michael Keaton's in it. That's originally
The Falcon.
Yeah, the
Vulture.
Falcon. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Vul-
Vulture.
yeah,
but he's in
Vulture.
Tom's universe.
I
It's
think
the
that's
same
I think that's the
same
whole
universe.
thing. I think that's just how
You think
the.
he's in Tom's universe though.
I think that's just
Yeah.
how they're trying
Because if you also think about it, he referenced Venom.
It would still be Tom's. It
Yeah.
would still be Tom's universe.
to. Yeah.
Which I
That's
find
weird.
is weird. Venom should have been in Tom's universe. In theory, if going what he's saying, he's right. 'Cause Venom should be in Tom's universe because like the correlation like there's like he's not in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and he's not in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the last Spider-Man that Venom should be in
It's
would,
just hard.
would be Tom's.
It would just make no
And it would
sense
be the-
because Venom has only
mean,
been
this-
in Mexico.
I mean
Right.
this.
But how would he know of Venom?
Who,
I think it's.
Tom?
I think
No, the doctor dude, Morpheus. Like, how would he know? You know, like if he
We're
if
just
he
we just gonna have to see because I
bro,
mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like all of
I
this,
really
like,
thought this is just gonna be like a merge
I
for
love the way
all
they
the
fucked
all
with
the
your
Mar-
mind
for all
with
the
this.
Marvel.
Wasn't
It's just gonna be a merge.
Morpheus was a doctor beforehand,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I believe
so
so, yeah.
that could be how he probably knows of Venom. Is that after the fact?
He might have learned about the
He
symbiote.
might have learned about the symbiote after the fact.
That would be
he,
pretty
he studied it before while he was a doctor, trying to figure out the secrets to live longer.
Mm-hmm.
Came across your boy, who's probably had some, been doing something.
I wonder how many cameos are gonna be in his movie.
It's gonna be wild.
'Cause that's gonna be
will
very
be.
interesting.
But yo, next let's talk about this Matrix movie,
Yeah.
Matrix Revelations.
Hey, I mean, you got to give it to them. They at least
tried.
They tried.
They tried. Like
Now,
here's the
They
little
made it
here's the
pretty
little
decent.
here's
Yeah.
the little gif of the whole Bart Simpson. At least you tried.
Yeah.
right.
Like come on.
I feel like they tried a little too hard. way.
I feel like I kind of get like some of the scenes I was like, okay, they're really being deep right now when it comes to the whole reality and the Matrix and everything. But it's just like I think just too many flashbacks of the original movie. It's like, okay, we get it. You guys are coming back, but damn, like it's just the whole it's like if you want to do like y'all could have easily did a whole like y'all bringing back all the characters from the first Matrix. Like what they did with Harry Potter, with the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter, y'all could have did an anniversary thing of Matrix.
True.
Just doing this movie and trying to have a whole reunion. Like, come on.
it would hit as hard. I don't think it would hit as hard because they would have to do some type of.
I don't know, like, I
a
feel
short
like-
or a short or something. They'd
I
have
mean,
to
it
act
wouldn't be
that,
a 2 hour long
I
thing,
feel like-
but it would be
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it would be
with you.
something though.
I
I'm
feel like
with
Keanu's acting in this one didn't feel right. Like I feel like
Old.
honestly his acting, I felt like I was watching Bill and Ted. He's like, yeah,
Yeah. And then when he fights, it's like watching John Wick.
Yeah.
He's not. It's not.
It doesn't feel like Matrix. And, like even like with the color grading, you can see the clear
It
difference.
was a
too.
lot more brighter colors.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Like it shows the more of the green in it. It's obviously with the Matrix theme of it and everything.
Yeah,
But with
all
this
the
film,
all the
like,
coding and everything.
you
The
don't
coding color.
get
You don't
that.
yeah.
It doesn't get that feel.
You don't get that you're in another world. You know what I mean? Like
I
there's no
think
disconnect.
that's really what they were trying to do. Because with the whole thing with the Matrix was expanding so much to the point where it's like you don't know whether you're in the real world or you're in the Matrix. I think that's what they were trying to kind of insinuate in a way.
Maybe, but then the problem then was that they didn't give stakes. There's no stakes in the movie. What was
All he wanted was Trinity back.
No.
Which was-
That's not even a stake in of itself. Like
Which is kind of weird. I don't really understand why they had to bring them both back. Like
You know,
I get
yeah.
it. Like they loved
love
each
each
other. I get that they died together, but why you have to bring them both back again?
together, both of them make power.
Like it makes sense that they're gonna use her
That's-
to like tease him, but yeah, like to like
that's
they have
your
to
logic.
I
hold
guess it's just
hands.
give him some kind of motivation to fight.
it's
Because it's
so
like
weird. Like
the only real motivation he had was just Trinity.
Even
Like-
even his motivation was weak because it's like, don't you want Trinity back? He didn't. Like, he didn't.
Now,
he was fine.
you
just
do
chilling
gotta
in his
give it to
house.
them. Coming up with the whole video game idea, but the Matrix was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It is kind of like wow, it fucks with you. Like, did he really like make all the first movie? Was all that
Was
made
all that
up?
just some big video game?
like he just thought of it?
But that I liked when they messed with him in that sense. But then like to the way they introduced Morpheus, you're forcing it. You're forcing it, man. I mean, it's cool that you made it. They made
never
it to
really
be
the
a
actor
computer
who
program.
killed
Killed it.
Morpheus, he killed it.
He killed it.
Definitely
Yeah.
killed it.
But
I never really understood what he was supposed to be. Like, was he like just some?
he was a program that was made by Neo, so it's not even really Morpheus.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's
That's where I'm just like.
that's
you
probably why
forcing it.
they introduced that new character. They're like, oh, we just got a new
they introduced bugs.
upgrade.
So, yeah.
Like with the Smith agent, they're like, you like my new software update? Made me look a little pretty. I'm like,
Come on,
really?
man. Like they could have
They could have brought him back. Like they fucking have Keanu Reeves fighting again. Why can't they have the dude that was fighting?
And then
I don't think he didn't want to do the movie again.
I don't think
Probably.
so.
Yeah,
But even
Lawrence
Smith-
Fishburne, he didn't want to do the movie again.
No, he did.
That's crazy.
He did it three movies. He was like, he didn't want to come back.
Neither did Agent Smith didn't want to do the movie again either. But I'm saying if he did, they could have done him at least for like the last 10 minutes. Because remember, your man left when he picked up the gun. he becomes Agent Smith again, and he starts knowing all the code and hacking the system. Why didn't he just turn himself back into Agent Smith? He stays the new guy. You know what I mean? Like if he's able to remember himself and go back to whoever he wants, why didn't he just go back to his original Agent Smith self from the start? Because he was perfect. He felt he was perfect in all the other 3 Matrixes. He was perfect. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they definitely made it very corny too. Like a lot of jokes in it. It didn't feel so serious.
And then like there wasn't enough killing. I mean, when I say killing,
or not enough Matrix slow mo.
I mean, it did.
Yeah,
there was that one scene when he sees Trinity and he like. That was a very tense moment.
You mean
when when he shot the gun and then it's like he's just trying to like stop it. Then it's like the guy just like.
And then I feel like they tried too hard with his powers. You know, like when he was blocking the bullets, they just literally went. Like what the fuck is
like
that?
he could have dodged all that shit like in
man,
the last
I want
movie.
You to stop the bullets.
Like be cool about it, like how you were.
One-handed.
Like what the fuck is that?
He moved the missile though was dope. When he moved the missile though, I ain't gonna.
That was pretty cool.
He fired the missile. The man said, "Nah," and just fucked up another plane, another helicopter. Yeah. I didn't get how he was able to block punches. 3 movies we sat through. We sat through 3 movies 20 years ago. Of this man taking punches to the face and dodging bullets, and then one movie comes out and he dodges a punch with in the air, just dodges a punch
like he's never done that shit before.
You know
All of a sudden he can just do this.
I think it's just like
and you can't fly. Come on, G. I need you to fly out of here, fam. And you got everyone doing. You make it seem like he had erectile dysfunction. You just out here.
Bro, you might as well have him walk out the ending of it instead of flying. What the fuck?
Yeah, as you
Trinity
can see,
flying though was dope.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, as you can see, we ain't really fuck with the 4 phone.
It is, yeah.
They did good though. They tried.
Yeah.
It was a good movie for now. That's what I will say.
The video game, I'm curious to see how that's gonna play out.
I am curious about that.
But to be fair, it is a good movie for people coming to watch this movie now. You know what I'm saying?
Like people who aren't fans of it, or
not
just,
even fans, just
at
this
least
time and age of
that never got
media.
to see it before, but like this, they understand it now.
Yeah, like and including the woke media, everything else, because it had so much underlying tones of like you don't have to be a choice. Like it's about choice. So like the whole thing about it, being that it's from
they give you a little bit of
director.
They give you a bit of free will into it. Like
right.
you choose. Do you want to be in this virtual reality?
And then
live the same life, or do you want to?
Tying that back into
they're really doubling down on the whole consent thing.
It's not just consent, but it's down to the back of like when you make a choice to transition to another gender. It's breaking down that choice. The whole Matrix movies,
I feel like
to break down that choice.
I feel like it even goes deep with like the whole like the system too, how it works
right.
here, you know.
Exactly, and like, are you like, do you feel comfortable? And it's to be like, do you feel comfortable in the system?
Or
do you
willing
want to take the pill,
take that chance
and go outside the system, and
actually live that life yourself,
like
with people becoming their own business person,
right.
you know, like you're taking literally the leap, you're getting out of the matrix of doing a normal 9 to 5 shit.
Yeah, true.
It's pretty crazy. I think that's pretty
real quick
concept.
before we get out of here. Let's talk. Let's go into another verse. And let's talk about the metaverse real quick, because there's been a lot of noise about the metaverse. And
I don't know if I'm gonna try that. That'd be really weird.
I don't want to.
I'm ready. Here's the thing: if you don't get it in first, you get left behind.
I don't mind.
It'd be
like I've gotten into a lot of social media late,
but again,
so I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that. I feel like are we ready for this?
That's the thing, though. This is not. Yeah. This one, in terms of the metaverse, I don't feel like the metaverse is much of like a new social media platform as much as like a new evolution.
Yeah. Is it gonna?
This is gonna evolve social media and interacting on personal basis.
Because we already have like the Oculus too with the VR chat and everything.
Yeah, and people already wilding.
Facebook bought Oculus,
and people already wilding with Oculus. So imagine this.
So now Facebook bought Oculus. And so now that they're bought out, and they can act, so your metaverse now becomes even more substantial and more virtual. So now, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you want to be left behind in this reality, or get kept or
I
be
like
able
my
to fall
reality
into
right now.
the new virtual reality that's being
I mean,
developed.
I'd say I'm definitely excited for what.
I feel like
They
this whole
come.
thing is just it's like a bigger game of IMVU, or just
Time will
it's just
tell.
RP it's just or just RP, just big, just on a wider platform.
If now, if it is on that big of a platform, do you want to miss out on it? Because again, if you're missing out on
Because you got to think of the
There's
movie
money.
Ready Up.
Ready, yeah, you know
Or
what
Ready
I'm saying?
Player One.
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Do you, if you were the first ones in there, you'll be able to get more and be more involved with development of it. Rather
But I
than-
feel like at the same time, we're also going to be very hooked on something
Yeah, that we're
we
not.
And
lose-
plus,
don't
we
need.
already
we lose
see
that humanity.
Yeah, we
ourselves.
already see that people like social media's like people are just really getting out of touch with reality because of social
That's why
media.
they made that film. Don't Look Up.
Mhm.
And then
Oh,
I
I
haven't watched
seen
it yet. I
that.
haven't watched it yet. I
Yeah.
want to watch it.
I haven't watched it yet either, but I've heard it's trippy.
I
I
heard
didn't
it's
understand
And
it
then
at
not only
first.
that, but people already hooked up to their phones already.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine someone in the metaverse, but they're driving.
Oh, that'd be scary.
Like, come on now. And then
What's wrong with that?
And
Car
then what-
drives themselves.
And then I really feel like just this
Yeah, we're
whole
not
this
gonna
whole
go that
metaverse
forward
thing
to
is
Tesla.
just so Mark Zuckerberg doesn't have to take responsibility for all the fucked up shit that's being told about him right now.
Oh, that's yes, definitely.
Because it's already been proven that, you know, when it comes to misinformation and hate speech, they're 90% of their stuff is just focused on the U.S. But yet, you know, most of the users of Facebook is outside the U.S. And that's what's starting a lot of this, all this fucked up shit, like in Ethiopia and in India, where they're just spreading anti-Muslim hate speech and everything, and just misinformation. And it's just like, yo, Mark Zuckerberg just doesn't want to be a part of taking accountability for that shit, because this is still his platform.
Yeah.
So now now it's just the metaverse saying, hey, everything's fine in the metaverse.
Now, would you say here? I hear what you're saying, but in the question of this is like, should the issue be that companies should be able to be tried by other countries? Because what you're saying is that U.S. is the only one that can hold Mark accountable.
I'm not saying that they're the only people, but it's like there's
No,
there's
it-
more
it
damage.
it
There's
should
more
be the
damage.
world.
Yeah,
I think
because
it
now it's a global platform.
But even
Exactly.
still, as a global platform, you
like
can't
we
technically
should honestly
sue.
see Mark Zuckerberg in front of the UN.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's
Like-
what I mean. But you can't. But technically speaking, because it's a private company based out of U.S., it's a U.S. problem. But you can't bring outside problems to the U.S. and think they'll get resolved. You see what I'm saying? That's the loophole that he's using. And so now, like, the question would
Unless
be,
they get like their
Yeah, but still,
their
they're still
leaders
using his
involved.
platform though.
well, the platform is being used. But I'm saying, like, instead of focusing on the company, we should focus on being able to make legislation to process him. You get what I'm saying? Like, instead of focusing on him, hey, make a better platform. Just be like, hey, we should make a law that allows Ethiopia and other countries that have beef with Facebook to try Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they should.
And that's what I mean. Yeah. Like,
Everyone's got a right. You know, we all
if we're using your program or your app in my country,
should be
I
respectful
should
for
be
all.
able to go ahead and sue you if the shit fucks up.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. And so that's what I'm saying. I think we should
Imagine,
stop.
imagine that goddamn lawsuit.
Oh my
Boy.
He been dealing for everybody.
Yeah, man. We'll have to get more into this one in the next episode, but for sure, you know, it's been great coming
Yeah.
back.
It's been fun.
It's definitely been fun.
Miss hanging out with you guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Daniel, for coming back on the show.
No problem.
You know,
Plug them in with whatever you got going on and stuff.
You guys can follow me. I have 2 different channels. My personal content I like to do, like for my YouTube stuff. It's the Daniel Ortiz on Instagram. If you guys want to see my business work, I do photography and videography. That's _split image LLC. But yeah, check me out. I like to create and have fun.
for sure. Gabe,
You catch us at Linktree, the TV Nerds. We have a TV Nerds Linktree now, so you catch
Yo.
all our social
Nice.
medias, all our shows.
yeah, we ain't gotta say our Twitter's this, our Instagram's this. Just go to Linktree,
Linktree.
Linktree
True that.
/ TV Nerds. You
Gotcha,
got
son.
our Twitter, you got our Instagram, you got our Facebook, you got everything.
My
And then-
Instagram bio has my link
And
tree.
then it's Gabe's Stomach. Follow me, social media platforms.
And this is the Esoteric Child, and this has been Nerds Talk.
What nerds?
What?
I keep coming back to you.